It's funny because, I said, I've been here for about 5.5 years now, and I said, how do you go from, being extremely afraid of speaking in front of the opportunity meeting to speaking behind a guy that overrides half of the company? Bill said he overrides all the, that's phenomenal. Did he do a phenomenal job? Let's give him another hand, guys. And obviously the theme of our event this weekend is the crusade. And so what I want to kind of close us out before lunch talking about is our opportunity to take the crusade to the next level. And I think that what we have to gain an understanding of is the fact that we each have to make sure that we're managing ourselves and leading our team. I think that a lot of times folks maybe have a little bit of a problem with that in Primerica because we want to jump to the leadership part right away. But we have to manage ourselves in order to lead our team. So think about this, guys. You've probably heard John Maxwell talk about you can't lead people if you what? Need people. You can't lead people if you need people. So let's think about it. I think probably if you're having some stagnation in your business, if you're having, if it's not moving quite as fast as you'd like it to move, one reason would probably be a lack of personal management. It may, and if someone asks you, how's your team doing? And you say, well, we're not doing that well because such and such is not doing this or such and such. That's where your problem probably lies. The buck needs to stop right there at you. Personal management isn't going to be the end-all be-all as it relates to getting your business rolling or getting your business to the next level. Wherever that level is, you might be at $250,000. You might be frustrated right now. And somebody told me frustration is one of the highest levels of self-pity. Okay? But if you're focused on going to the next level, personal management is going to be how that happens. Let's think about it, guys. When you don't manage yourself, you're going to be extremely unlikely to be able to lead a team of people. If you don't manage yourself, you'll be extremely unlikely to lead a team of people. Look, there are four reasons in the this short period of time I've been here, 5.5 years, that I think you need to be managing yourself and leading your team. 4 reasons. And the first one is one that Art Williams talked about all the time. You got to stay in business until you build a business. Now, of course, that's a relative term because it depends on what size business. You just heard Rick Susie talk about the fact that he got back in the field after he's already earning $2.6 million. You heard him talk about him having a business that was generating him a passive $2 million a year. And even when he was totally unengaged, his income jumped $600,000. And you may say, well, man, if I just got to $250,000, I would be great. And you say that now, I promise you it's going to change. I promise you it's going to change once you get there. But it's relative. You got to decide what size business you want. So just like Bill Whittle and like Blake talked about yesterday, you got to get a goal. But think about this, guys. When you truly learn how to manage yourself, I promise you it will free up so much. Your time, a lot of people think they'll be, crowded by a schedule. If you really have a schedule, you learn how to manage your time, it's going to free you up so much. So the first thing is, once again, stay in business until you build a business. The second thing, be the example. I remember my first 2 years in this business, I averaged 4 personal recruits a month for 2 straight years. I averaged $8,500 in production for 2 straight per month for 2 straight years. I've since learned, and it's not, that big of a surprise, and Brittany is a much better recruiter than I am. So she recruits everybody, and I'm field training. Now, last month we had 5 direct recruits. We got them in the field. We're really focused. And trust me, I averaged 2 recruits a month after those first 2 years. But I decided I want to go to the next level. And it's not the fact, it's not my team. It's not I got to get my team going. I got to get these regional leaders going. I got to get these other. I have to go get wider. I heard Keith Otto say, if you're 30 wide, however it comes, whether it be RVPs or people in your base shop, whatever it is, that's $1 million a year. So I said, I got to go get wide. I got to go get wide. I have to go get wide, personal. Once again, be the example. Third thing, train yourself to manage yourself. Train yourself to manage yourself so you can create better habits. If you train yourself to manage yourself, you'll create better habits. And watch this, guys. It's going to make it a lot easier to train other people how to do it. It's tough to train somebody how to do something that you don't do. Would y'all agree with that? It's tough to train other people to do things that you don't do. So if you train yourself to manage yourself, because most of us don't come here with the mindset of being able to manage ourselves. If you came here from a job, somebody else manages you. They manage your time. They basically manage your life. So you got to train yourself how to manage yourself. So you can train other people how to do the same thing. And once again, start perpetuating that growth and build a business. Once again, that operates whether you're there or not. One way to do that, I think, is a great way, is the daily planner. I was always a goal setter before coming here. But, you know, kind of being under the tutelage of Bill Whittle and learning from Bill Whittle, I learned the importance of every day mapping it out on my daily planner, writing my goals and affirmations down in the morning, writing them again before I go to sleep at night. I keep that right there. That alone is just discipline. It's not that hard to do, but how many of y'all know everything that's, most of the things that are not hard to do are also, that are easy to not do are also easy to do. So you got to have the discipline to do what you know you should do, even when it's like 11:30 at night, you maybe had a bunch of appointments, you don't really feel like writing the goals and affirmations down because the planner's in the car. You know what I do now? And this is what I've done. I get up out of bed, go get it, write it down, and then go to sleep. The discipline of doing what I know I need to do, managing myself. And then, guys, the fourth thing, respect versus resentment. Respect versus resentment. If you are doing the things that you're telling your team to do, then you're going to gain a level of respect that, you know, that really you can't put words to. Because some of y'all may be dealing in your team, you might be a regional leader who's telling everybody sick 'em, versus let's go do it. It's y'all go do it versus let's go do it. And they may be resenting you. You may be a division leader that's telling your district, well, you go do it, you go do it. You can't, you may be an RVP doing the same thing. If you want to gain the respect of the people on your team, you go do it. I mean, I can never let my guard down dealing with Coach Whittle. Because I'm coming back, man, I just had a great appointment, and he's like, great, I just did 3 of them. I'm like, man, you make $2.5 million, why don't you go sit down somewhere? Make $4 million a year, go sit down. You know, you can give me those people. Give them a Blake or something. Just make it easy for me to, you know. But he never does. Guys, kind of as we close, look, there's a difference in a needy leader and a leader that realizes they need more people. There's a difference in a needy leader and a leader that realizes they need more people. The separator is consistently focusing over an extended period of time, guys. And as I close out, I want you to think about this. When you manage yourself and you lead your team, you can experience small pleasures that seem not to mean a lot when they happen, but think about this. You know, I don't have any kids, but and I can't wait, but I will wait. But I'm excited about the time when it does happen. But like, you know, Regional Vice President Sean Wallace, newly promoted. Actually been around for a year, but he's been blowing this thing up recently. And him, Kenyatta Sparks, and Marlon Antoine took they all took their sons and their sons' friends to the movies during the middle of the day. Now, they were all in the car business for 10 to 15 years. They never did that at the car business because they couldn't, because they didn't have that control. Yvette Nettie Henderson, who have not missed one of their sons' college football games. And she couldn't have done that at Dow because she had a pull cord at her called a beeper that they called her back whenever they needed her. She couldn't have done that if she didn't learn how to manage herself here. Guys, watch this. Think about this as I close. Many people talking about, you know, with the economy and everything as it is, about the circumstances. But understand this, at Primerica, we don't conform to circumstances. We smash the circumstances, don't we? We don't conform. We smash the circumstances. See, under the circumstances, Solange Van Camp would have been happy just moving to the United States from Cameroon, Africa, and having a job